Hello everyone, we are Herman, Laura, and who speaks Luis. And we are going to talk about our experience as a future teachers in relation to students with disabilities. So let's start. Laura, have you had any experience with a student with a disability?
Well, Luis, during all my internships, I have not had the opportunity to have a student with disabilities in my classes. However, last semester I took an elective course called Special Needs, and I was able to learn a lot about this topic. And the truth is that I am really surprised that it is not included in the curriculum as a mandatory subject. I think it should be. I think it is very important and it is also necessary to know about it from the design of the material to the implementation and everything that helps the student to integrate smoothly in the classroom. Uh, Also, I believe as a future teachers, it is our duty to be prepared to meet the diversity that we can find in a classroom, and not only with those who have disabilities, but with all the students. So, what about you, Herman? What do you think about this?
I totally agree with you, Laura. I think that the course you took about special needs should be mandatory since we as teachers need to get new knowledge, tools, and new teaching strategies to ensure that students learn and that they are at the same level. And based on my experience, I have a group called Caminar 2B. There are not students with disabilities, but I have noticed that they don't have the expected level for the grade they are in. I analyzed the students' knowledge during all the activities we have done, and it is evident that there is a lack of it. There is a lack of knowledge. Some students from the group have a special condition in terms of behavior, since sometimes it is difficult to get them engaged with the class. Some of them are constantly talking, and others don't like to participate, and they are extremely shy. So this is very challenging for the planning of activities, because the idea and the purpose of it is that they can do all the tasks. I always have to encourage students, since they are not very energetic and they are not motivated. It is also important to mention that 4 of my students show excellent abilities for learning a second language. What about you, Luis? What can you tell us about your experience? What do you think about this?
Okay, Herman. Well, something similar happens to me in terms of students possibly have a lower level than they will be expected to be. And this is due to the virtual education that they were given during these 2 years of pandemic that just have passed. It is not the same to have face-to-face experience that try to learn through a computer. And this is the reason that I consider that generates this lack of English proficiency in the course. On the other hand, I have not any student with disability in this 7th grade course, but currently I am executing my degree project in a bilingualism school called Hans de Rosa Arango. In this school, I get classes in 2nd and 3rd grades, and there I have evidence a case of a girl who has a cognitive problem which does not allow her to speak it very fluently and has some difficulty with fine motor skills. Despite this, it had not represent a problem since this girl is very, very intelligent and charismatic. She's very willing to learn, and it has not been necessary to modify the material design for the classes since she's able to solve them without difficulty. So, okay, Herman and Laura, thank you for sharing those experiences you have had during this practicum, and we hope that this space to share our experience as teachers has been useful for our audience.